What's up, guys? I'm here with Peach Balie, the infamous Peach Balie that only posts YouTube videos every like once a year.
6 months, yeah.
That's cool though. Everybody gets busy, and I'm under the idea that like YouTubers should only post when they feel like it, and not like try to force themselves to do it, because I think that's when channels get real crappy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of that idea too.
Yeah.
Oh, we're echoing now. Oh, we're good.
Oh. So, how have you been? Everything's been all right?
Yeah, just, life stuff's making me busy, but I'm trying to get back now and smash out a few videos before stuff picks up again, which will be very soon.
Yeah, we got Chris in the chat. What's up, Chris? And what's up, Brian?
Hi, Chris. Hello, Brian.
It's late for Chris right now. He's not used to being up this late. It's like 11 o'clock for him. It's like super early for you.
Oh, it's not too early. I would have been up anyway, but
yeah, I was like,
I haven't had my morning coffee yet. That might be a problem.
It's like 6 p.m. for me, and I'm still drinking coffee. I'm on like my third cup.
Yo, the guys here. So many streams, so few screens.
Yeah.
Eternal struggle.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about Devin killing my channel. It's like anytime he's streaming and then I'm gonna stream, it's like 95% of my viewers are Devin's viewers. So. But everybody's popping up. Cam, what's up?
Did you like link this one in the Devin chat?
Yeah. I put it in. Oh, not in the chat of his live stream. I don't want to steal. I don't literally want to steal his people watching his stuff. So. But I put it in the Discord.
Hey, Sarah. Oh, the Discord, right? Okay.
So lately we've been getting a lot of shit for like videos we've been posting. So I was gonna ask you what kind of videos have you posted that you get a lot of shit for in the past?
Honestly, people are generally really nice to me. I've had like literally 0 negative comments on my last video that I just posted. I've got 4 thumbs down though, so obviously some people don't like it, but
there's always haters. Like I can promise you right now, there's probably downvotes on this video. Oh no, there's not. Never mind.
Oh, hang on, I'll fix that.
Yeah. Usually before I start streaming, I have like 2 or 3 downvotes, but I get into a lot of shit.
Edgy. Maximum edge.
Not even like trying to be like douchebags or anything. We just, we're opinionated people. We have our own opinions on stuff, and people, I guess, get really offended by that, and they come at us.
Oh, the world is so offensive, you know.
Lately, it's been the vegans, the pro Tommy people, which we're like kind of pro Tommy people, but like we're of the thought that like if you break the law, obviously you're going to go to jail. And we made a video like with that opinion, like, he broke the law, he went to jail. We're totally for everything he does, but we can't. It's not like because we agree with everything you're doing that you're above the law now, So now we've gotten a whole bunch of pro-Tommy people being like, you guys are pro-rape gangs, and we're like, wow, what an extremity to go from. Like, holy shit. Yeah. And
then, my God.
And then lately, Amy went to go see Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson, and she made an opinionated video about Jordan Peterson, because she think how most of us think about him. But she made an opinion video about that, so now she's got tons of like comments of people calling her all types of names because she doesn't agree with Jordan Peterson, basically.
Oh, it's a shame she's such a sensitive flower, and that stuff really gets to her.
Yeah. Well, now she's made like 3 videos now about it. Well,
that's one of the things.
Right? And we'll like make videos like laughing at the people in the comment sections and stuff. So.
That's one of the things that I like have kind of always wanted to talk about, but I've never known how to be like clear enough with what I think. Because it doesn't matter what the fuck I say, like somebody's going to misunderstand it, and they don't come at me normally like aggressively or anything, but they'll just be like I feel like it's purposely misunderstanding because I try to make it really clear, and I use scripts so that I don't like say some bullshit that I didn't mean to say, because otherwise I definitely will. That's the only reason I use scripts, is so that I can like think it out properly. But yeah, there's always somebody that's like deliberately seems to take what I say out of context or whatever. And so when I want to talk about veganism, which I've kind of wanted to talk about for a while now, I just feel like there's going to be so many people that deliberately misunderstand it.
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from.
seems what's been going on. It kind of started with me, and then it spread to Devin, so it's kind of my fault. Because
yeah, well, Devin's like pro-vegan, and they're like, "Fuck you, Devin."
It's so ridiculous. But it kind of started with me because Ask Yourself got invited to Devin's server because one of the vegans in there knows he's a fan of Devin, so they were like, "Oh yeah, let me invite Ask Yourself. That'd be cool." So he invited him in, and he kind of came in like a jerk right off the bat. Like he was just trying to debate, and nobody was debating him, and we were kind of making it clear that we didn't want to debate, that we're just there to hang out. And he kind of, like, every time we made it clear that we were just there to hang out, it was mostly with Chris, actually. Chris would be like, yeah, don't debate veganism or whatever in here. We're just hanging out. And he would just be like, oh, that's not an argument. That's not an argument. It's like, obviously, it's not an argument. We're telling you we don't want to argue, and you're saying it's not an argument. So we just got sick of it and kicked him. And then he went back to his Discord and was telling everybody, oh, they couldn't handle my argument, so the AIU crowd kicked me out. So like I tweeted him, and I wasn't being a jerk or anything. I was just like, hey, look, this is why you got kicked out. If you want an invite back in, I'll invite you back in. Just, talk to me first so I could tell you, what the Discord's about, because it's not a debate Discord. It's just for AIU fans to hang out and have fun. But
watch Neil Breen movies.
Yeah, and watch Neil Breen movies. Yeah, basically. And he responded to me like, I don't want to come in unless I get an apology. And I was like, well, we have nothing to apologize for. And then he blocked me and called me a bitch after he blocked me. So I was like, what the fuck? And I made this whole video about it, basically calling him an arrogant jerk. Like he's just being arrogant. And it's like, none of that is true. He was just being dishonest. So. But that started all the vegans coming after us. And then it spread on to Devin. And then, all that stuff happened.
Wow.
It's like,
yeah, there's so many videos I need to catch up on. I just kind of went dead for a couple months there.
That's cool. Everybody gets busy. Eventually you catch up, right?
Well, maybe. Yeah, I've only got like 14,000 videos I need to watch, but I'll get there.
You watch a lot of YouTubers, right?
Yeah, I'm subbed to like 350 people.
Oh damn! Well, I guess I have a lot.
I don't
too, but I'm kind of shadow banned to a lot of channels. There's channels I actually like make an effort to watch.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of the ones now that have like just turned to only doing streaming, because like if they originally did content and they didn't establish themselves as a streaming channel, but then they just changed to doing streams.
Yeah.
It's just that my feed is just like, how at the top of the feed it's got like what's live now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to scroll through like 15 at a time. Like any given time that I open my feed, there'll be 15 live. It's like, who can watch that much content? And it's like, they're not going to be half an hour. They're going to be like 4 or 5 hours each. It's so stupid.
Yeah, even watching back is hard. Like when people would create content, they'd be like, 15 to 20-minute videos. And now they put up stuff that's like, you got to watch like 3-4 hours of stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. And then if you try to comment on it and say anything, they're like, oh, well, did you see that within the context of the whole entire stream? It's like, fuck no, dude. How much time do you think I've got in my day?
Yeah, I've got 5
hours. If you prefer.
Yeah, basically. That's another issue we've been having now with Jay. Basically, you know who Jay is? The War Kettle?
Yeah.
Because of this video we made about Tommy, he's been like, he's basically like putting himself out to be like a journalist. He's trying to be like unbiased and like record stuff, but he hung out with a lot of right-wing people, but he never lied about being right-wing. He's a left-wing. So he's basically always been honest about it, but now all these people are calling him a traitor and they're all coming after him. So I kind of make it to a point that's like, people seem to see YouTube channels the same. Like they think everybody's goal in making a YouTube channel is the same. And it's like, for me, I was defending Jay in one of his comments, and some guy told me, well, there's a reason why you have 350 subs and Sargon has 800,000. And I'm like, well, I think the reason is because I don't really promote my channel and I do this for fun. I'm not trying to get a bunch of subs, like this is just fun.
And you're not going and joining UKIP for the shits and gigs.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't chill to the audience, like everybody knows I'm honest and I'm going to state my opinion honestly. I'm not trying to, do what I think will get me more subs or anything. And it's mostly my friends that watch me and that I talk to on here. So it's, it's like, I don't really care to get more subs.
I think it's also a timing thing. Like I feel like a lot of the channels that got popular because they were kind of filling a niche at the time.
Yeah.
And now everybody is, you know, friends with them or trying to copy them or even just taking inspiration from that. And none of those channels are going to hit that popularity. It's just not realistic.
Yeah. A lot of it was around the election time too. There was a lot of channels that rode the whole Trump thing, and
yeah,
you know, that was big at the time. And if you look at a lot of those channels now, you'll see they have large subs, but their view count's low, like compared to their subs. And it's like a lot of them just got shadow banned.
Did you ever watch Undoomed?
Yeah, I used to watch him a lot. I kind of got bored of him, but I did used to watch him a lot.
Yeah, I spoke to him once off air for like 2 hours or something after a hangout, because we'd only spoken to each other for like 20 minutes or something on the hangout, but he actually stayed around for like 2 hours extra to talk, and it was really sweet. And one of the things that came up was like he was under this impression that like everybody who's on YouTube is on YouTube to grow, like intentionally wanting to get big.
Yeah.
And I think that is like purely a luck thing, and people can't like start a channel with the you can hope, but don't expect that you'll ever be like PewDiePie or, you know, like,
yeah, of course,
one of those huge channels. And I told him flat out, I was like, you know, I've got 30,000 subs, or I think at the time I had like 28 or something. I was like, I am totally okay to just stay here. I do not want more.
Yeah, I mean, my channel grows super slow. Like I get a sub like a month or something, and I'm totally cool with that. Everybody's always like, look at this 350 sub channel, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, it's cool with me, because I feel like with people who watch me, I'd prefer quality over quantity. You know, I prefer to have a nice, small, tight-knit community of people who can, you know, talk and have fun online.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People like look at a channel size and assume that, you know, if they've got a bigger channel or they know people with bigger channels, they're like, oh, that means you must be pathetic. But like some people only want 25 subs. Like they're perfectly happy to have it under 100.
Yeah,
and definitely. Like if my channel had never gotten featured on Bearing's channel and I didn't just one day get this fucking huge influx of people that like kickstarted my channel, I probably would still be on like 200 subs, and I would be completely fine with that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I just have fun doing this. It's really cool to like people online talk, you know, be friends, and we can disagree on stuff and not be angry like most people do on the internet. It's I did a live stream, I think it was like a month ago, talking about how cancerous like internet culture has gotten, and it's just all about poning people and, you know, blood sports and all this stuff. And it's like, come on, is that really like what people want now? Like, whatever
that was fucking short-lived, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, right? It blew up so fast. I think that's what happens, right? Things blow up. Anything that like blows up that fast is gonna come down very quickly as well.
Yeah, that was like a comet. That was like a you see it for like a week and then it's gone for another 1,000 years.
Yeah. What's up, Billy?
Hey, Billy.
Billy Bong. I'm gonna have him on next Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But we're gonna talk about horror movies.
Oh, we didn't have a wait, did we? Did we have a topic that we were supposed to talk about?
No, I don't really do topics, but like it's basically this other YouTuber, Chris Holowicki. I don't know if you know him, but he wanted to do a stream with Billy talking about horror, and I was like, well, I already have Billy on next week. You want to just come on and as well, and we'll all just talk about horror? And he was like, all right. But usually I don't do topics. I figure it's just like, let's just hang out, you know, like not worry about being you know, like confined to a topic or anything. It's fun. So how's Australia treating you?
So how's Australia?
Yeah, how's Australia?
Well, it's getting colder.
How cold does it get out there? Well, you're gonna tell me Celsius, and I'm not gonna know, but I'll look it up. How cold?
Yeah, I don't have a converter on me, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been getting under 10 recently, very often.
Want to see if it's as cold as it get? 50? That's nothing.
Well, it's quite a lot. It's quite, you know, low when you're like used to it. I just spent the last year that I wasn't barely like doing YouTube. I was living with my dad, and he lives in like quite North Queensland, and so it's basically fucking like tropical weather.
That's kind of like that in Peru. I think on the parallel, like you guys are on the same level as Peru, like under the equator.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Like when like I told you, I would go there when it was summer here, and it'd be winter there, and that's about how cold it would get, like about 10 Celsius. And me and my
Oh,
brother would walk around in t-shirts, and we're looking at everybody wearing coats and jackets and shit. Like, what? This isn't cold. We used to like crazy snowstorm winters in Jersey. So.
oh, Devon's here. Hello, Devon.
What's up, Devon?
And Jay said I left Devon's stream for this. Yikes. He's right there, dude.
Like, yeah, like wink, wink, Jay, he's right there. Like one of those moments where Jay's like, is he standing right behind me? Like,
is Devon's stream still going? Has he fixed the OBS yet?
I think I still have that page open. Let me see if it's still going. Oh no, he ended it.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not technically cheating.
Would you mind if Devon came on with us?
No, of course not.
I'll send him a link and see if he's not busy. He's in New Zealand vacation, so he might be busy, but not.
Is he in New Zealand now?
Yeah, he's in Auckland. I added a D to it, right? There's no D. Is there?
Further and further away from
there is. He's on vacation.
I was hoping that since he moved to Australia, there would be like a chance to meet him at some point. But like Australia's really big.
But you guys aren't that far, right? Or are you?
We're pretty far.
Oh, okay. Well, get your ass on a long distance bus and get over
there. It's just stupid. Like the transport in Australia is just stupid. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't start talking to Devon in the chat. That'd be weird.
Well, like,
yeah, right.
So. You're gonna stop paying attention to the live stream and just talk to him in the chat on the side. I'm like, hello.
Oh no, I was just gonna talk. No, I was gonna use my voice to talk to him in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Anybody watching this later is gonna be like, what?
Oh well, now YouTube live streams keep the chat on there, so if you watch it back later on, the chat is on
yeah, there. That's true. That's true. I'm glad they finally brought in that feature.
Yeah, when that first started, I was like, oh, awesome, because I used to want to do like the OBS thing that people do to have the chat on there, and then now I don't have to bother with that.
Well, now people have that as well, and like they've kept doing that because they've set up their thing where the chat looks all nice. But then if you're watching back a stream on YouTube and they've got the one that YouTube saved and their OBS chat, and they're both going at the same time, it's just like watching it live with that delay. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it is a pain in the ass. That happens to me all the time. People will say something and then I don't know what they're talking about because I already talked about it like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, what are you talking about? But you were talking about transportation in Australia sucking, and it's weird to me because like where I live really close to New York City, and we have like the best mass transportation in the United States. So it's like when people tell me transportation sucks, I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, again, think, well, probably Peru has better.
Even Peru has better transportation.
I was going to say, again, think Peru, but then I thought, wow, that's a bit racist. Maybe they've got really good buses.
I was saying,
they're probably not actually going around on goats.
Not goats? No. Llamas. We have llamas.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but you can't ride llamas, though.
I'm terrible.
Did you see that Sugar Tits like posted like some article that said that Australia was racist for booing Peru in the World Cup? I was like, what? They weren't booing Peru, they were booing that their team was losing. Like, I think that's acceptable.
Oh, well, I just saw something on Twitter like a minute before we got on the stream that somebody got fined for racist team chants.
What? In Australia?
No, I don't know which team it was. Like FIFA fined them for their team's chant because it was racist. Like,
maybe
I thought that was the birth of all of the team chants is in racism, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it's acceptable, totally acceptable when it's in sports terms.
Well, like just hear how the English talk to the French when they're going up against each other in a sporting event, and you're like, okay, it's not race based, it's just like
it's ethnic based
animosity.
But
was it Mexican fans for anti-gay chants? I saw definitely the word racism in there. Maybe
now they call everything like, oh, look at Dan posting shilling your Patreon. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
I was on Discord with one of the guys in our circle is Australian. His name's Lance, and every 2 seconds while he's watching the football match, and I'm not watching it, but every 2 seconds he's like, "Fuck you, Alf! Fuck you, Alf!" I'm like, "What? Why are you cursing me out?" And it was like, "Oh, you're watching the Australia versus Peru game." Like, oh. And I'm like,
I don't understand people getting so into sports. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports guy myself. I like MMA, but that's about all I watch. But I'm not even like big on rooting for people. I just like to watch these guys beat the shit out of each other.
Do you feel like that's a really primal thing?
Like not really. It's kind of a nerd thing for me because I grew up liking like martial arts and stuff. So I just like to see techniques and stuff like that, like a more technical about it. It's not really about, seeing somebody get their face punched in and bleeding and stuff. I actually feel bad for people when that happens. I've seen a couple matches of people who just won't go down but they're losing badly and they just keep getting punched in the face. And I'm like, go down, man. Like, look at your poor face. Like, why? Just give up, dude. You're just standing there just to get punched over and over again. It's sad.
No, I can make a comeback.
Yeah,
my eyes are swollen shut, but I'm sure I'll get a good swing in.
Maybe he'll break his hand on my face and I'll win. Oh man, but yeah, it's kind of sad, but yeah, for me it's more nerdy on the aspect of I like to watch how technical it can get and the skill level of people, just because I grew up to old like Hong Kong kung fu movies and stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're really into Korean stuff, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
What's like your favorite type of media from Korea?
I love the music.
Music? Oh, you're a K-pop girl.
No, I don't like the K-pop. Well, there's a bit of K-pop that I like, but I feel like all Korean music gets lumped into K-pop, and it's not.
No, yeah, definitely not.
Like, there's a bunch of really cool alternative stuff or indie stuff that's like really, really good.
Maybe you'll have to send me some so I could check it out.
Yeah, I've been sending some of it to Devin, and he's like completely ignoring my emails. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll just stop.
Oh, he does that though. But eventually, he does look at it, but he's not one to respond unless he feels the need to. But most of the time, he'll just look at it. Like I'll send him videos all the time, and then I'll find out like months later he watched it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'll ask him like, "Oh, did you watch that video?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I watched it." I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I don't know if Korean music wise is the same as like Japan, but Japan has a huge variety of like music.
Yeah,
they have like every genre you can think of. They have, and it's I like it. I think it's pretty cool.
They've got several genres that you wouldn't even think of. Like my boyfriend, he's Japanese, and he was listening to something while he was cooking the other day, and I was like, is this just video game music? It sounded like the bonus level in Sonic. Like, it literally sounded like a bonus level in Sonic, and so then we went from like listening, but that was like legit music that he was listening to, and to like demonstrate how similar it was. Yeah, to demonstrate how similar it was, I put on like the Sonic soundtrack, and we spent the rest of
it's like 8-bit MIDI music. We do that here too. There's bands here that do that now. Well, they have been doing it for a while. There's one that started off as a Final Fantasy cover band, basically, and they would do like 8-bit Final Fantasy music, but now they've like expanded to like make their own music out of 8-bit MIDI files.
Devin says, "Don't hate me because I'm brilliant."
Yeah. Yeah, whatever, Devin. I have too many emails. It's true. He does get bombarded with emails, and a lot of them end up being like a lot of stupid shit. So it's like he'll show us sometimes and be like, "Look at this fucking guy," and I'm like, "Oh shit."
One of the songs I sent him was definitely stupid shit. It was like this Korean girl singing in English, but she's going, "I'm walking and I'm walking," and that was like the whole song.
I love when like Korean music or Japanese music they do their songs in English. That's like a really bad accent, or it doesn't make any sense. I think they write it. Adorable. I think they write it in Japanese half the time, and then they translate it, but it doesn't translate perfectly. So, like the sentences don't make full sense. You're like, what?
Yeah. Oh, I think one of the lines in that song was, "I'm a very special girl and I'm walking."
I'm a very special girl, and I'm walking. Is it the walking that's making her special, or
I don't know. It was just such a cute song. I'm like, this is an adult singing this, right?
Yeah. Oh, you made that last video, and it was kind of about being on medication and stuff, right? And being like zombified. My last ex-girlfriend was like that too, and she had ADHD, so they would give her like pills for that. And yeah, it would completely zombify her, and she didn't like it. Like eventually, I supported her in getting off of them because it wasn't her anymore. It was like a totally different person.
Yeah, and that I don't think I ended up communicating it very well in that video, but like the end point that I wanted to get to was like how much of my brain is me if like just by changing a few chemicals you can change my entire personality.
Yeah.
That's what like made it existentially scary to me. But yeah, a bunch of people just thought it was like don't do medication because it'll fuck with your head, and that's totally not what the point was.
Yeah. You're not being against it. You're just saying that there's a point, where you're just not you anymore. I think we're in a culture where people just like to throw medicine at everything. I think it's like sometimes it's not needed and sometimes it is. But
and brains are like insanely complicated machines. You can't just think that one pill will work the same for everybody. Some people will get completely zombified, and some people will finally be able to actually function for like once in their lives. And if you're one of the people who it doesn't work for, you don't really have a right to say that the people who it does work for shouldn't use it. So I'm just saying, in my case, that one didn't work, and it made me feel like absolute shit. But I'm not saying don't ever do medication.
Yeah, I think it depends on the ailment as well. Like something like ADHD is just like, well, you can't focus and you're hyperactive. Like I don't think being a zombie is the good answer for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dance, smoke weed every hour.
I'll keep you nice and complacent.
Yeah. That does work for some people. Like,
yeah, it does.
I smoke weed, but I don't really consider myself that much of a pothead because I don't smoke a lot. And I don't even like to smoke to be like super high. I'll just smoke a little bit to get that little buzz because I'm not a super hyperactive person. So if I smoke too much, I just end up like staring at a wall or something, But like some people who are hyperactive, that'll just set them normal, like them smoking, they'll just become normal, not hyper or not too slow. But yeah, if I smoke too much weed, I just become brain dead. I hate it. I hate feeling like that.
And I have the same problem with the marijuanas. Like, I have no problem with other people doing it, but if I even smell it, I get really nauseous and I like feel like I'm gonna puke everywhere. So, like, I can't be around it. But I got no problem if you chill out with it and do your thing. Like,
yeah, is it illegal in Austria?
I think it's legal in a couple of places. I don't even know. I'm not sure because, like, I mean, even if it's illegal, the fact that I've been close enough to it to smell it before means that someone was doing it. So, I mean,
well, I mean, it's been illegal here forever, and we've got a huge pot culture. Like, I think more people smoke weed in the United States than don't.
But isn't it legal in like a few states there?
Yeah, it's starting to spread. We're most likely going to. New York is already on its steps to legalize it, so I'm thinking New Jersey will probably legalize real soon too. Like our new governor has ran on that, saying that he was going to legalize it. So I think it's going to happen. And I think if New York City and New Jersey do it, I think the rest of the states will follow because New York City is one of the major states, and California too. So California already did it. So if New York City does it, the two biggest places in the United States do it. Yeah.
I'm going where it's practically legal. How is it practically legal?
Legal in Canada. Well, you don't need to do that, Darren, because it's going to be legal nationwide next month. I think on the 19th, Canada's legalizing. Yeah.
And maybe that's what he means. It's practically already legal.
Oh yeah. It's already voted in. It's going to go into effect on the 19th of July. I think it was.
Yeah.
People are doing it in the streets. Yeah. I mean, I talked to Amy and she's like, it's illegal in Vancouver, but people just walk down the street smoking weed right by cops, and cops don't do anything about it. It's like they already know.
Oh, you mean that they understand priorities?
Yeah, basically. What? I mean, that's how it's been in New York City too. They've got way more to worry about than some kids smoking weed on the street. Like, so it's kind of been like that for a long time already. But now they're gonna the mayor of New York City just put out an order for police to just give people summons, not even a ticket. So they'll probably just get people in court and just give them a slap on the wrist or something, or a warning or something. Yeah, that say it will be illegal in October. Yeah, that's a rough sentence, TJ. Yeah, that say it will be legal in October. October where? Here in New York? That'd be nice. New Jersey kind of has to make it legal after that because people are just going to go into New York City, pick up, and come back. Like that's just going to keep happening. So
Darren says no point filling up jail cells with people who are minding their own business. But like, aren't your prisons full to the brim with people who are pretty much there for like minor drug offenses there?
In Canada, no, not so much. I don't think.
Not Canada. In the
Canada.
US.
In the US, okay. Yeah, we got so many people in jail for pot that's like useless.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's starting to turn the country into legalizing it. It's just waste of resources. Cops got way more important things to worry about. So yeah, no violent offenses. Yeah. If it's not violent, I don't see the point. Putting people like California has like a 3-strike rule. So when it was like illegal there, if you got caught 3 times, you basically got life imprisonment. And that's insane to think that. Yeah, that's insane to think that you got caught with weed 3 times and you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life.
If it's trafficking, I feel like that's a different thing, and like harder drugs. And if like, I think there are drug offenses that you definitely should go to prison for. But if you've grown your own weed and you're just smoking it in your own time, like really, you're gonna chuck somebody in prison for that? It's so stupid.
When they legalize it, it's still illegal to sell weed outside of like dispensaries and stuff like that. Like you have to have a license to sell it. It's just like,
are you allowed to grow your own?
Yeah, you'll be allowed to grow your own. But it's just like cigarettes. Like if you sell cigarettes on the street, that's a criminal offense. So it'll probably be the same thing with marijuana. Like if you sell it on the street, it'll still be criminal.
But what about like giving cigarettes to? I guess you can give cigarettes.
Yeah, you can gift cigarettes. Yeah, that can't be illegal. I think.
But what if what if you just gift them cigarettes and then they gift you $20?
Yeah, I guess if you that's kind of a loophole you could pull off if you could that it wasn't for that. I guess. How about I give you this Gucci bag and you give me 5 cartons of cigarettes? In Japan, that's how they get away with prostitution because paying money for sex is illegal. So what they do there is the men will gift the women stuff, like they'll buy them shoes or purses and stuff, and then that's what they'll have sex for because that's not illegal. So it's kind of a weird loophole they have that they don't bother fixing or anything. They're like, all right, as long as they're not paying money for it. But if you think about it, it's the same thing. Like,
actually, that's a really weird thing. Like, at the Red Cross, like when you're donating blood and stuff, there's like the question sheet you have to fill out, and they've got on there, have you ever had sex for money? And then another question is, have you ever had sex for drugs? But like, what if I've had sex to like for a really nice dinner or something? Like,
yeah. Well, I think that's just normal. That's dinner and a movie, and then we're going to bed.
Yeah. What if I've had sex for a ticket to Avengers 2? Like,
you're going to jail.
Does it make it inherently more dirty if I did it for money than if I did it so that I could go to the movies or something?
Like having low standards. Like some women have sex for men for like hundreds of dollars, but you'll do it for a movie ticket at a $20 steak.
I'll do it for a really, really nice like cake. Okay, if you give me a really nice piece of cake.
Some girls do it just for talking to them nice. So I guess that's even lower standards.
just for talking to them nice. Don't you know that is like a impossible standard to hold men to?
Or, well, as feminists would say, that's like being deceitful or whatever. Like deceitfully getting women in bed. You're a liar. that whole kind of like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say you can't win. It's like if you're nice to them, it's like, oh, you're just putting up a front because you want something. But if you're not nice, oh, you're such a prick, you're such a misogynist. Don't even try to be nice to me.
Yeah. So weird. But like What do you think about the whole state of the feminism thing nowadays?
Oh,
It's
I'm
kind of
just so sick of it.
yeah. How bad is it in Australia still?
I feel like it's getting worse and worse,
Really?
but it's just something that I'm just so sick of talking about, you know?
Oh yeah, I hear
Like
you.
I don't
I feel like it's kind of
I
dying
never
out.
wanted.
Well, at least
Oh, in the States or
yeah, I think so. I feel like it's something that's like slow, like it's going down. Like I don't think it's as prevalent
it's
as it was a
like
few years ago.
it's like going down in the hearts of the people, right? But
Mhm.
the policies are getting more and more.
Mm.
Um,
Well, you guys had it like you
I don't know
guys
what you even
and
call it.
Europe were like really big into it. Like in the United States, we had a lot of pushback, right? Like you guys didn't have as much pushback, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're just a bunch of fucking pushovers, aren't we? Like the government was like, we're taking your guns, and everyone was like, okay.
Mhm.
Government's like, okay, we're gonna start brainwashing your kids into some weird sexual fucking like what do they call it? Nah, I forgot English, but yeah, we're gonna start bringing in all this like sex and gender programs for kindergartners, and we're all like, okay,
Okay, yeah, that's weird. They were doing that in New
okay.
York City, but a lot of people complained about it. I don't know if they ever got rid of that, but they were like doing stuff like that in preschool, like separating the kids by color or something, and then like teaching
Oh
them,
God.
yeah, teaching them all this weird sexual shit. And people, a lot of parents complained about it and pulled their kids out. So I don't know if they continued doing that. But I feel like the U.S. kind of works out with that because we have. I kind of don't like that we're so polarized, but it kind of helps too because when something stupid like that comes around, we have a lot of pushback, you know. But it's funny to me that the left doesn't realize that they kind of created the alt right. You know what I'm saying? Like because they like pushed so hard one way that there was a huge pushback, and now they've created this far right because they were so far left. But it's kind of
Yeah,
like their own fault, you know. They created their own enemies, basically. Like,
yeah, but at the same time, I feel like people are just getting so extreme on both sides. Like,
yeah, yeah.
is it that hard to like come up somewhere in some kind of compromise between okay, that idea is not completely insane,
Mm-hmm.
and I can roll with that, but it's like no, you agree with me on every single fucking
Yeah.
point, or you get thrown out of a helicopter, or
Yeah, that's my issue with how polarized the states have gotten because it's like there's never any middle ground. There's never any compromise. It's always like immigration, you know, close off the borders, or and the other people want completely open borders. And it's like why can't we have something in the middle? Like the same thing happens with the guns. It's like get rid of all guns, or you know, all guns should be legal. And it's like why? Well, you know, we can try to work at something out and see what we can reach in the middle. You know, where everybody can be somewhat happy.
I feel like if the states had a similar layout to like what Australia has,
Mm-hmm.
like where you've got this massive natural moat, like people can't come in. Like we've got
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really strong border security,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody seems to really care that much that Australia is like, no, you just fucking can't come in, fuck off. We had this
Yeah.
thing at this campaign that was like, fuck off, we're full.
Yeah, we're starting to sink from how full we are. Chill, chill. Like get off the boat. But it is strange how polarizing people can get. I find it so odd. I'm more like I am on the left, but I'm more of like in the middle. I'm willing to compromise on stuff. Like I'm not completely anti-gun like Devin is, but even Devin himself is like, you know, he realizes you can't get rid of guns in the United States. It's part of the Constitution. People aren't gonna just hand over their guns. So he tries to find a middle ground, you know, and he'll say like, hey, what about if we keep pistols and shotguns, but you know, we make more restrictions on semi-automatics and you know, assault rifles and shit. But he still gets all the crazy gun nuts coming in like no blah 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 blah, and it's like you don't realize what he's doing. Like he's trying to reach a middle ground where we can find a compromise, you know. But
Well, I can
they don't go into it
understand
at all.
I can understand the issue being like if there are guns at all, like if those
Mhm.
types of guns exist in the country, then whoever wants to be violent with them and will
Yeah.
find illegal means to get them, they're gonna get them, you know? Like I can understand that.
Hmm. No,
So
yeah, that makes sense. But it's also a
if it's only
generational
like
thing.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But if only like military people have access to weapons like that
Mhm.
for the time of their service. Like, I don't see a reason why any civilian needs to have that kind of firepower.
Yeah.
But then they've got this like weird paranoid shit where they're like, what if the government like tries to fucking kill us all? Like, you think you're gonna stop them even if you have a fully automatic?
Yeah, we're gonna destroy their tanks with our guns. You shoot bombs out of the sky and shit. Like,
the government probably has developed the kind of thing where they could just fry your brain, like they could just release some kind of exactly. Like they could fry your entire town and you would just be gone.
Have you ever seen Akira, the anime?
No, I haven't.
Well, in that it's like a futuristic Tokyo, and it's been like destroyed and then built back up. But the government has this satellite beam that they shoot down that's like a heat wave basically, and it destroys whole areas and shit. And that's what that just reminded me of, like satellites that could just destroy a whole entire town.
Well, I mean, let's be real, they probably could. Yeah. And if you believe that they are in danger of ever trying to destroy their own people, why would you not go one step further and think that they have that kind of technology already? Like, if you're already into that conspiracy.
Yeah, it's true. And then there's probably nothing you can do at this point.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just
the way I see it is like the government's always like way ahead of the public in technology. So we don't even know what they have, you know, like we'll find out what they have right now in like 20 years, you know, when it starts becoming public.
Yeah, and by that time they'll have like way more advanced.
By that time they're 20 years ahead of that. So it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like, I mean, I understand that some conspiracies are real, but it's like, what do you really think you can do about it?
Yeah, Paul's got a good point here. Talking Donkey, he said, government won't shoot it out with folks. They only need to shut off water, electricity, blockade, and then collect the bloated corpses later. Yeah, it's true. They cut off all our utilities. We're pretty fucked. Like, especially in cities, because, you know, we don't, like people in farmlands, they have their own shit. They got wells and food, but like in city areas, we don't have shit. Like, we don't have any food or water. Like, if they cut us off, we're fucked.
Well, better stock up on bottled water, kids.
Yeah. Which already has poison in it. As they have
fluoridating the water.
Fluoride, they have fluoride in it, and you're gonna comply anyway because the fluoride makes you complacent.
They have alien spacecrafts designed by Nazis in
Area 51.
I believe.
They have the Nazi bell. Don't doubt it. I'm big on conspiracies. I don't believe them, but I find them like interesting fiction. So like I always read up on all these conspiracies. I know them all and shit.
Yeah, I've got a couple books on like the psychology of conspiracies, and I probably want to actually talk about that at some point. I haven't read them yet, but they're just sitting here waiting for me to read them because I find that really interesting too.
Jay went to a bookstore and he like took a picture of like a book of conspiracies for me, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And, like 2 months later, it shows up at my house. Like he mailed it to me. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, it was nice. So now I have this big book from England of conspiracies.
My toothpaste is like extra fluoridated. Am I getting extra brainwashed?
As long as you don't swallow it, I guess.
No, it's like your gums are one of the most sensitive parts of your body.
Oh yeah,
to
true.
Like
it absorbs it. Yeah,
deposit drugs and stuff through.
Yeah, it's true. I remember hearing some story about fluoride where they found an island or something with a lot of fluoride in the water, and this is how we discovered that it was good for your teeth, because everybody was dead, but their teeth were like pretty white from drinking the water.
Sounds like an urban myth.
That does. I don't know how true that is, but I remember hearing that when I was younger. So I don't know how true that is.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because I mean, fluoride is poisonous in large amounts, but I don't know.
I just don't understand what these people think they're going to accomplish by like. I mean, it's kind of like the same feeling I have. My boyfriend is like obsessed with reading the news and making sure that like North Korea is not going to strike, like making sure all the politics in Asia is going smoothly and everything. And I'm like, what do you think what could you change? And like,
it's nothing you can do with that knowledge.
What are you going to do about it except stress?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I am too. Like there's always people like, oh, World War III is coming, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, if it comes, it comes. Like I'm not going to stress about it now. I want to enjoy it.
I'm going to... Well, this is when you need your AR-15 to shoot the fucking nuclear missile out of the sky.
You'll be watching over the Atlantic Ocean from here. I'll shoot the ocean. Yeah, it's weird. I'm under the philosophy that I want to enjoy every second of my life because it's short. And
what the fuck are you talking to me then?
You're fun to talk to. What are you talking about? But so if there was a war coming, I wouldn't stress it until it comes. So that it's like, my life is probably going to end, so I might as well enjoy it now, right? Especially if there is a war coming, I'm going to do what I want to do, enjoy myself.
That's what I find really interesting about like the psychology of people when they think about these kind of calamities happening, like a natural disaster. Oh, I will definitely survive. I won't be that random person standing on the bridge that gets taken out by the tsunami. If a zombie apocalypse happens, I'll be Sean with the shovel, like smashing zombies and surviving against all odds. And, if some disease breaks out, I will be one of the people who's either immune to it or I just never get infected. Like, are you serious? Like, think about the odds of that. Like, the odds are that you're just like a regular person that's going to die. And you, like, if this was a movie, they wouldn't even like spend 1 second on your corpse. You would just be in a pile in the background.
Yeah, but you're going to survive out of hundreds of thousands of people in your city, right? Like,
yeah, well, but everybody thinks that they will be the sole survivor. I'm like, nah, I'll probably be dead like on the first day of an outbreak. I'm weak. And even if zombies even if zombies were chasing me, I would not run. I'd be like, listen, I don't run. You might not know this.
Yeah,
this body is not a running body.
Yeah, my cardio is horrible. Like, you ever see Zombieland? They're like, rule number 1 is cardio, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've already failed from the first rule. I'll be the first one to go.
I'm one of those people that's like, yeah, I'll start building my cardio routine tomorrow. Yeah. But it's always tomorrow.
3 years later, yeah, I'll start tomorrow.
Oh my god.
I only
the one thing I could. Sorry?
Somebody, Tiffany in the chat said, I only run late. That's so true. I'm always late.
The one thing I could compete in for the Olympics would be procrastinating.
Yeah, if that was an Olympic event, I'd win gold every time.
I'd win because I wouldn't show up.
Yeah, channel surfing, the Olympic sport. In its purest form, fluoride, it's dangerous. Fluoride burns through everything. Yeah, it's in concentrated levels. Yeah, we're past fluoride, man. You're so behind. See, that's what I'm talking about with the live stream running like that. They see it way later than we're talking. Then I see talking in the chat about something we talked about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, they're catching up. I love cardio.
Yeah,
I love cardio and fluoride.
Well, I've had asthma my whole life, so I can't really run for very long. I run out of breath really fast. I'd have to like really pace myself, so I could keep a light jog, but if I start sprinting, I'm done like half a block later.
I've only recently been investigated for asthma, so I've got an inhaler now, which is really I've avoided this my whole life.
My life, I was born with it.
Yeah. Well, I think I've had it since I was a kid, but like I just don't do the activity that will trigger it. So I just avoid straining myself, and then I don't have a problem.
It's like an allergy type thing, so it can like go away and come back, or something can trigger it to come, to be a constant thing. So I mean, there's been like I was born with it, and then it kind of stopped like when I was like maybe 5, and then it came back when I was like a teenager, like around 12, 13.
Is that like you would just start wheezing at any point?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, basically.
That's fun.
Well, mine is a bronchial issue, so my bronchial tubes inflame, so then all the mucus collects in there, and since it's inflamed, it fills up the mucus will fill up that area, and then I can't breathe. So I gotta clear up my lungs every once in a while. If you people on Discord have heard me, if you're on a bad day, I'm either wheezing or like coughing or going. It's gross, but I got to do
That's
it.
awful.
It's the only way I
It's
can breathe
awful.
normal. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Speaking
I
of
have
Discord,
no idea.
we gotta get Neil Breen going. Which one
Yeah,
did we
yeah.
watch last time? Pass through?
Yes, pass through. How many movies has he
Yeah.
done?
I think like 6 or 5. Not sure. I think I've seen all of them except for one of the main one. Let me check. Neil Breen, my hero, bookmarked his
I got
IMDb.
it. Me and Amy loved it. We were like, that was so good. It's so good in a bad
Dude,
way.
every time I've watched that movie, I've laughed harder and harder. Like I've watched it like 6 times now and still
Yeah, it
so
just gets
fucking
better with each viewing.
it's just great.
It's hilarious. It definitely puts The Room like on a higher level. Like The Room doesn't seem such a bad movie when you watch Neil Breen movies.
Wait, on his IMDb it says he was in Scream, but it's unconfirmed and uncredited.
He was probably an extra, like it was some dude like 4 blocks away walking across the street or something. I think he's that shadowy figure all the way in the back there.
Yeah, so he's done Double Down, I Am Here Now, Fateful Findings, and Pass Through, and they have all the exact same fucking storyline as well.
Yeah. I guess he's obsessed. He's trying to spread a message or something.
He's the king of self-inserts. Like, I don't know how anybody else can be accused of self-inserting.
Yeah, we definitely gotta.
Oh my
find
God.
time to do it. To watch one.
They all have the same picture on the cover too. Like, how cheap is he? Oh, I love him. The same photo of him is just like photoshopped onto the cover of every movie.
The time zone thing kind of makes it difficult to set something up. And now I think Amy's working and she's got like harder time to make time and shit. But we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll catch it on a weekend or something.
Yeah.
It'll probably be late for us and early for you or something like that.
Oh, early. I hate early.
Yeah. Well, I guess it could be early for us and late for you. I don't know how that works. So it's like you're like 14 hours difference. Yeah, that's a huge difference. Why do you have to be on the other side of the world?
Yeah, it's like 14 or 15 hours or something. It's so stupid. It's like ridiculous. Why is the world so big?
Yeah, we need a smaller planet. Maybe we can exodus onto another planet. We'll go to Pluto. Pluto's tiny.
Just bring blankets.
Yeah, just bring lots of electric blankets. It's all right.
Electric blankets and fucking generators. And I mean, you can't do any solar, like can't have any solar heating, so you're gonna have to just carry a bunch of fuel there with you.
What's that? Amy's not around. I was gonna see if she wanted to join us, but she's not around.
Lazy.
Like usually when I do these, like I talk to the guests for like an hour and then I'll invite some of the closer friends in, but nobody's around today.
Everybody in the chat's like, what?
Yeah. The chat's like, oh, let me get in. You guys aren't elite enough. It's only for the elite.
Well, I'll be happy if somebody else can come in because you guys can talk for like a minute while I make a coffee, and then I'll be a lot more.
If you want, go make a coffee. I'll talk to the chat.
I don't want to leave you alone in here, man. That's sad.
Yeah, these guys are savages. You don't know what it's like.
They'll tear you apart, man. They smell fear.
They're nice while you're here, but the second you walk out, man, they'll start making fun of me being Peruvian and calling me Mexican. God damn it.
Little taco.
Little taco. I heard that I was talking about our Australian friend Lance, and he was like, "Oh, I'm eating taco. Is that from your country?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh man, I got the wrong country." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We don't eat tacos in Peru."
I'm worse. I was eating like burritos or something the other day, and then I was like, "Oh, I haven't talked to my Dominguez in a while." So I messaged her on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
I'm eating a burrito, and I thought of you.
Because I used to call her my taco.
Taco.
My taco. Oh. Racism's hilarious.
One of our friends, Dan, he posted a picture of what he was eating at the moment. It said Peruvian burrito, and I was like, dude, that shit's fake. They don't eat burritos. It don't exist in Peru. I'm like, how is that possible?
Oh my god!
Like they just put that to try to make it sound fancy and get people to buy it.
Dude, I had a biryani burrito yesterday. It was fucking amazing. Like tried making biryani for the first time, and it didn't really turn out very nicely. So I got like a chili wrap and I wrapped it in the chili wrap, and fuck, it was good. That was like at the height of my
It's like the wrap is
cultural
like
appropriation.
flavored with chili.
Yeah, like the wrap has chili pressed into it and like some lime powder and stuff like that.
That sounds
it
good.
was fucking.
I gotta
Oh,
look
it was
into
good,
that.
dude. So yum.
What they make here, I guess what Mexicans make is they make like the flour tortilla, but they make it with achiote. I don't know what that's called in English, but it's like a seasoning, so it comes out all red and stuff, and it has it's really nice flavor.
Yum. Oh, I'm hungry now. Oh, talking about tacos.
We need tacos and burritos.
And achiote or whatever that was.
Achiote. Yeah,
Achiote.
I don't really know what it's called in English because I don't think any like English speaking countries use it. But
yeah, that's awesome.
But Mexican food is good. It's crazy how much it's spread around the world. It's like how far away is Mexico from you, and you have Mexican food, right? Like it's crazy.
Well, I think it's partially the flavor and it's partially the ease of like something quick and easy to make. It's just, it appeals to the hearts of lazy people the world over.
Yeah. I see it like I think burritos are kind of genius because it's like they figured out the best way to eat your dinner is to wrap it all up in one package, and you got your salad in there, you got rice, beans, meat, it's all cheese, it's just all wrapped up in one neat package. You don't even need a plate.
There's a lot of cultures that do that, like just wrapping it up and making it really easy to eat, like like Turkish pide. I fucking love Turkish pide. It's good. And in China they do, or I think in a lot of Asian countries actually, they do it where they put like handful of rice or like bit of scoop of rice and veggies and meat and stuff into like a lettuce leaf and then wrap that up and eat the lettuce leaf. That's really there's like
Indians have stuff like that too, kind of like they make like a kind of like a bread and then they put everything in it and wrap it up, kind of like a burrito. I forget what it's called though. But I think that's pretty smart. Instead of having your meal all separated on a plate, you can just wrap it all up in one neat package. You don't even need a plate. You just walk around with it in your hand. Like,
I'm just trying to think of a culture that doesn't do that.
Like a lot of Asian cultures, they eat smaller portions, so they'll do that, but it'll be a lot smaller. Like dumplings and stuff like that. They don't really.
Yeah, I guess even even seaweed, even sushi is like doing that too, because you're
it's got rice, fish, and sometimes vegetables in there, and wrapped up in seaweed.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now you want sushi?
Is everyone in the chat getting as hungry as I am? Because fuck, I'm hungry now.
I end up doing that. Well, funny enough, I think you brought up food this time, but usually I'm the guy who does it. And I'm always posting pictures of food in the Discord, and everybody gets mad at me because they're like, "Oh, you're making me hungry, man, every time." I'm a big food posting food and crazy giant burgers from America, and everybody's like, "Oh, you guys eat way too big." I'm like, "Yeah, this isn't a normal portion." Like.
It's like I'm obsessed with chicken because it's the only meat that I can eat, and like chicken and fish. But so like the grocery store near my house has like discontinued the only brand of chicken that I actually really like from there. And so they're like phasing it out. So they put all these bags of chicken and like all these boxes of chicken nuggets and tendies and all that sort of stuff. They put them on sale for $2. So we went and got like a kilo of chicken for $2, and we just filled up the whole freezer with bags of chicken tendies.
Stocking up for that eventual Armageddon that's gonna happen. Right?
Yeah, well, they've already phased them all out. They already sold them all, so I'm glad that we got a few bags. But like my entire freezer is just bursting with chicken tendies now.
Why are they phasing them out?
Because they brought in another brand. I'm guessing they made it like some other partnership with a different company. But I fucking hate the other company, so like I'm not gonna buy them.
Yeah, right. There's something wrong with those nuggets. You better smell them first before you eat them. They're like, these nuggets smell funny. Let's sell them at a discounted price.
Aha, we got them.
Yeah, we got them.
We got one.
Oh man, I do that at my local supermarket. I buy like all the stuff that's like almost gonna go bad because I'll drop it like 60% in price. I'm like, it's not bad yet. It's like 2 days from it. I'll just stick it in the freezer and eat it later.
Yeah,
But it works.
right. That's what freezers are for.
Yeah. I save so much money, and people don't buy them because they're like, oh, it's not fresh. But I'm like, it's fresh enough for me. Like,
it's fresh enough for me to freeze it, and I can still eat it in a month. Frozen.
Meat has gotten so expensive here, so it's like I basically have to do that to survive.
The
discounted stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going on this is my 6th month without any income. And it is just fucking like I cannot buy anything for myself.
Yeah, it's rough. So, yeah, I've been there. I know what that's like. Yeah, it's rough.
$2 bags of chicken was like my heaven. That was like my Christmas in June.
Yeah, usually it's just ramen you're eating every day, and then it's like, oh, chicken now.
Don't joke about that. I'm really eating so much ramen.
I know. I've done it too. I've done ramen for years. I actually love ramen though, so it's not really like, even if I was rich, I'd still have a bunch of ramen all the time.
Yeah, we try to make our ramen like really gourmet here, so we'll like grate carrot over it and stuff.
Oh, carrot! I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, sometimes like we'll fry a bunch of little like tiny little portions of veggies and chuck that over there.
Sometimes I'll make like dinners out of it and not make it into soup. Like I'll just use the water to soften up the noodles, and then I'll dump the water and put the package on the noodles with like chicken and like onions and stuff and peppers. I just
see, I don't. Is that a thing? Like, I don't like eating noodles as soup.
I'm a big.
I feel like that's the proper way to eat them and everything. Yeah. And my boyfriend is always like going off of me like, Peach, you have to eat it with fucking water. Why do you always drain the water? I'm like, I like them dry.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, that is the kind of the purpose. It is ramen soup, but you don't have to do it, right? You can make.
Well, I feel like soup is really good when it's like udon or something really thick like that. But if it's ramen and you have the soup and it's hot, like the noodles just go all mushy and gross. So.
Oh, you're doing it wrong. That's why.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
You're overcooking.
How do you do ramen wrong?
You're overcooking it. You just cook it till it start. Well, like you cook it till it's not fully soft yet, and then you take it off the heat and just let the heat of the water at the moment like soften it up, as opposed to cooking it till it gets fully soft. You know what I mean?
Like this is why I get. Yeah, that's why I get the bona fide Japanese person to make my ramen for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't even handle 2-minute noodles.
Yeah, you're overcooking them. But yeah, ramen's good. I don't know. Well, Peru is big on soup, so I guess I grew up on soup and I really like it. But what I learned from the Japanese, from my growing up, my sister-in-law is Japanese, so they put egg in it. So when I'm cooking it in a pot with the water and the noodles, like the second it starts boiling, I'll drop an egg in there, and it cooks the egg in the hot water. It's so good.
Oh, we always crack raw eggs over ours.
Really?
Or we'll like just fry the bottom of the egg so it's like solid on the bottom, but the rest of it's still raw, and then put that over the top. Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound good. I just throw it in the water, like completely. I just crack the egg and drop it right in the water, and like the boiling kind of breaks it up, so you have like the little like scrambled egg kind of thing in there.
That's true. That does look cool and wispy.
Like that. Like Chinese food places here have like the egg foo young. It's like a egg soup. It's really good. Always like that too. I notice Chinese food is different in every country. Like, what's your Chinese food like? Do you have more authentic Chinese food, or is it like Australianized?
Well, we got like that sweet and sour pork. I feel like that's universal.
yeah, basically. It might be
honey chicken.
We have
honey sesame chicken.
Yeah, that's good. We have lemon chicken too. That's good too.
Oh, lemon chicken's good. Yeah, we don't. That's actually not super popular here. I don't think there's a super lot of places that do lemon chicken. But everyone does like the honey chicken for sure. I'm not sure. There's obviously some restaurants that you can go to get a better, like more authentic experience. And when I used to live in this house that was like, when people make jokes about like 20 people living in the same house and like people renting out the fucking bathroom and shit, it's real. I used to live in one and everyone was Chinese. Yeah. Like the only space in the house that they didn't rent out was the space under the kitchen table. Like it was fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
There was like people living in the lounge room and people living in like the closet in the hallway. That it was like so stupid. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah. So like they were all Chinese, and so there was one Chinese restaurant that they liked to eat at where you could buy like this whole fish, that's just like fried whole and with a whole bunch of like garlic and spices and stuff inside it. That was fucking really nice.
Yeah.
But like the stuff they used to make at home was fucking disgusting. Like the pig's feet and stuff.
Oh.
They would put pig's feet in the rice cooker and let it stew for like 24 hours, and the whole house would smell like gym socks. It was fucking
yeah, that sounds gross. I don't mind pig's feet, but to put it in a rice cooker for a long time, that's like, oh.
Yeah, like I don't know what they did to make them all soft and stuff, but like I don't know what spices or whatever they used, and they probably just fucking, I don't know, soy sauce and water or something. But it was, oh my god, it smelled bad. I could not come home if I opened the front door and I smelled that familiar smell of like fucking stinky feet. I would just leave and I would have to go sleep somewhere else because it takes like 2 days for the smell to clear out of the house.
Oh man, so you walk in just instantly.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I'll just quickly call work back, ask if they've got another shift, please, anything but home.
You know it's bad when you want to work more instead of going.
Yeah, well, at that time, that was the worst fucking job I ever had.
Here, like where I live, is a really Hispanic area, so all the Chinese food places also have like some Hispanic foods too. So it's kind of funny to go in there and get Hispanic food out of a Chinese food restaurant. So weird.
I guess, I mean, is it any weirder than going into one of those places that's like, we do Malaysian, Lao, Vietnamese, and Chinese food? It's like, well, there's all really different foods though.
Yeah. Well, we don't have those here.
Oh, really? We got tons of them.
You won't find any Malaysian or Vietnamese food around here. Maybe in New York City, but not around that. I mean, New York City has everything, but we have a good variety here, but not that good.
But there's like a lot of places that like will not only do Vietnamese because like not that many people will only want Vietnamese. So or they don't want to compete with the straight Vietnamese restaurants. So they'll just say, well, okay, we also do Malaysian. We also do Chinese. We also do Korean. And it's like,
yeah, try to get in as many flavors as you can to stray people from going to other restaurants, I guess, like specialized restaurants.
But that turns me off because I'm like, you're doing a jack of all trades, master of none thing. Like you're just cooking heaps of food, but cooking none of it well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you don't specialize in something, you're just mediocre at everything.
Exactly.
That's what's up happening.
Story of my life.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm talented. I'm medium talented at many things. I'm not a master of anything. But Jay joined us. What's up, Jay?
I'm finally here.
It's late for you. Sleepy? You sound sleepy.
Oh shit! I just realized it's 10. Shit.
You don't even know what time it is.
You shouldn't have told him.
Yeah, now I ruined it. Now he's gonna fall asleep on the stream.
Hey. Dan's not here and I'm not Amy, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Jay and Amy did a stream with our friend Dan, and Amy fell asleep like an hour into it.
I fell asleep in a stream once. It happens to the best of us. But I think I muted my mic. I was like, okay, I'm going now. And I muted my mic and I was too tired to actually hang up. So I just fell asleep and stayed in the call.
That happens. It's definitely got to happen with the difference of time zones too, because you're so far.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm
All
sure
right, well, I'm going to mute for a minute and go make a coffee so you guys can.
What's up, Jay?
Alf, what's up, buddy? So I just put in Paddy's a tweet and I put it up, and there should be a reply. She's done like a reply to that tweet. The other one out.
Oh no, I have no reason to face. I'm sorry. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yes, the second one that really gets.
Kind of like
everyone.
like I was wrong but not wrong kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up, Jay?
Jeez. Oh, not much. Just relaxing. Been on the phone for ages.
We had that big excitement earlier today with the beef people had with you. That was fun.
Oh, mate, Twitter drama.
I'm gonna explain it to some people because it's really funny. Basically, Jay posted like a meme and people got offended over it, and one girl like went at him for being offended at it, and he just basically told her to shut up and grow up, basically, because she was like throwing a tantrum over it. And so he got this weird Welsh like MMA guy coming after him, telling him that he abuses women and shit because he told a girl to shut up and grow up. Like, how is that abuse? But he carried that on for so long, and we kept asking him, what are you talking about? What do you mean abuse? Like, I know Jay pretty well. Like, he's a good guy. He's not abusing any women. And he basically said, oh, scroll up. So I scroll up to look. And it's basically the girl saying, retweeted what he said, which was basically, grow up and shut up. And she was like, how dare you talk to me like that? You're going to regret that you talked to me like that. That's basically what the guy was saying was abuse. When he finally told me, I just laughed so hard. I was like, oh my God, how is that fucking abuse?
It's still going on. I'm told that I need to apologize.
Oh, you're cutting out a bit, Jay. Would you say?
Hold on, let me check my Wi-Fi. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi network. Hold on.
Yeah, that happens often. But yeah, that shit was funny as fuck. I was laughing so hard.
Alfie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm getting so many tweets. It's fucking ridiculous. It's retarded. This is one of my favorite ones. I think you need to put out a general apology and explain what you mean by it. A lot of people got offended. It's easy to see that it looks like you are saying Tommy supporters are thick. I don't think you mean that.
Well, some are,
Some are fucking dumb as fuck.
Yeah, I guess they don't really understand the concept of hashtag not all, but it's like we're back to that, having to tell everybody not all. I think we all know that people aren't speaking about being generalizing, when you say things like that. It's weird.
It is.
But it shows how being so far politicized, it's the same, like people that are on the far right act the same as people in the far left, right? Like it's just stays the same. They may be totally opposed politically, but they use the same tactics and act the same.
It's the same shit the left do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. The far right are SJWs too, just in a different, they just believe different things, but they act the same way.
This is why the regressive agenda is so perfect, because it doesn't matter what side of the compass you want to identify with. Regressives, man.
They're all SJWs basically. Yes. You say one thing like with the whole Tommy thing, like we were just criticizing him over what he did to get himself arrested. We weren't saying that we're against him completely or we don't agree with his cause, because we totally do. But you can't criticize him, or then you're for Muslim rape gangs now. Like, oh, you criticize Tommy, you're for Muslim rape gangs. Like, what? Nobody is above criticism. Everybody can be critiqued. They don't understand that. And then we did that 18 video about Lauren Southern, and we're people who like bust chops, and we bust balls and shit. So we like insulted her somewhat, but we get slack on that. But meanwhile, she does the same thing with people she critiques. She'll call them stupid and all these kind of names, and she's exempt from critique from that. But we're not. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
It's okay for the right to shit on the left and the far left and whatnot whenever it chooses, but oh no, don't come after our tribe.
That's why I call her the golden-haired goddess. Because you can't critique her. She's perfect in every way. Meanwhile, she's like shooting flares off the coast of fucking Italy and shit. Like, That's a bit extreme.
I can't believe people expect that I have to like explain myself.
Yeah, I mean, it was a meme. You didn't straight up say, "Yeah, Tommy Robinson fans are thick." You put up a meme with a fucking milkshake. You know to say
I know.
the milkshake in the goddamn meme. Like, come on,
Oh
people
my god!
cannot take a joke. Like,
I'm
holy
putting the link to the tweet in the fucking
yeah,
Discord. You need to fucking screen share it
yeah.
for me. Screen share it with everyone. Show them it. It's fucking gold. This is the best meme ever.
Let me open it up. Hashtag free Tommy.
Free Tommy.
Yeah, here we go. Present to everyone. There you go. In
So
your
yeah,
own
I put
Tommy
this up.
Robinson supporters me painfully thick.
Watch it, Peach.
Oh,
You
look at
can't
the
laugh
look
at
at this.
it. You
Look at
can't.
this.
I mean,
The first comment
I've
says it
offended
all.
people.
This guy says pro rape gang media whore, like basically because he's just criticized Tommy, making a joke really. And I'm like, look, painfully thick right there. Funny enough, people keep proving this meme right, and it was a joke.
Yeah. How
But
could
they
you
don't get
not
that.
it's
You're
a
making
joke?
this joke calling them thick, but then they come and say like a bunch of they don't get the concept that it was a joke, you know, that it's in the form of a meme. Like, come on, you gotta take that seriously. And it's like you're just kind of proving the meme, really.
Literally. And I just, the fact that people seem to think that I owe them some sort of explanation to it all. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm. I just think it's odd that people that this is the problem with being an extremist is like it's odd to me that people think that because someone's an activist for a good cause that they're above criticism. Like if they do something wrong, you should be able to say that they did something wrong. It's like it's strange to me. And when we criticize, oh, there's Amy. I wonder if she's out of work. Amy, are you out of work? Can you join us? Or are you free?
Make yourself available.
It's gonna take like 5 minutes for her to respond because of the delay.
Academics respond.
Just sit here in silence and wait for her in shame.
This one's brilliant. So you know where I'm like, majority, yes, just like the majority of the left are thick. Hashtag not all.
Yeah.
And yes, Tommy deserves jail for what he did. And then someone's replied with, so the majority of people are thick? Question mark. Quite a ironically stupid statement.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, to be honest, I do think that the majority of human beings are dumb. Like,
yeah, I agree.
That most people
I
are
really
mindless sheep, right? Like, that's just.
I don't like that because of the way that like it's been used so much by like conspiracy people.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know what you're saying though, because it is kind of like the right words, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
Right description of it.
I think you're all stupid and I'm a genius.
I don't know about that. I'm not a fucking genius. I'm a dumb motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I'm not that smart.
I'll happily admit it. Yeah, I'm thick as shit sometimes. Not a problem.
But that's why you hang out with us, because we make you smarter. And Amy does not respond. Hey, Marino. Where's Marino been lately, right? He's kind of disappeared from us.
I know, right? It's like he doesn't want to hang out with us.
No. It's like he's married or something.
I know, right? What's that about?
It must be an Italian thing. Those damn Guidos. Canadian Guidos is worse than Jersey Guidos.
See, hang on. I'm just reading this tweet, and it kind of seems to me that it isn't about the court. It's about the messenger for a lot of these people. Like, they don't give a fuck about... Because that's the thing with activists, yeah? Mm-hmm. There is two... This is something I've seen in a... It's like, I can't remember who owns this channel, but it kind of is a little bit regressive, but they do some really good stuff. It's like kind of like Vice News. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's not the point. Point is, they were talking about activists and things, right? And they made a good point. There is the message, and then there is the messenger, and those two things, you have to be clear, are separate. They are two separate entities. And this message here is just proving the point of it isn't about the message for him, but it's about the messenger. And here, I'll read it out. Marches are all about Tommy and question mark. It sure ain't about you. Tommy means everything to the cause. You mean fuck all. After all they've done to him, you're awfully keen on Tommy risking death doing 13 months in line with weaponized law. I have no idea what they mean by that.
They mean that they're basically using the law to bust them on shit that, you know, is not true. But, you know, like I said before, as far as any evidence I've seen, it seems like he broke the law. If anybody disagrees with that and thinks that that he didn't, like, I would like to see proof of that. But nobody ever shows me proof of that. I'm always telling them that. They're like, Tommy didn't do anything wrong, and I'm like, well, can you show me proof like that he didn't break the law? Like, but nobody ever does. And to be honest, there's not much information out there about it. So it's like, you know, we're just taking it from the word of, you know, the evidence that appears to be out right now. If we get proven wrong later, you know, I'll gladly backtrack and say, you know, I was wrong, you know, but
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, but as of this moment, there's no evidence that it's wrong. It seems like it's right. And that's why I say, like, these people overreact and they want to say, like, oh, it's a conspiracy and this and that, but we have no evidence of that. And you can't just, it's kind of like with atheism, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just believe something with no evidence, you know what I'm saying? We got to have the evidence of it. For right now, I'm going to take what seems to be the most, that seems to be true at the moment, you know, until I have evidence that it's false. Yeah. It will be loud, Alfie, and rude. Well, you can come in and mute and then unmute when you're talking. It's up to you, Amy. You know where to find the link.
Tell her to get in here. Get in here, woman.
Yeah.
No excuses.
How are you gonna miss out talking to Peach? You haven't talked to Peach in a long time.
Yeah. Is Peach, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was just muted because my background is making noise.
Yeah,
it's all right. Don't worry, you're fine. What's your thoughts on all this Tommy going to jail stuff? Have you heard much about it?
I haven't been watching all of the hundreds and hundreds of videos that are on my feed about it.
I understand that.
Like every second video for a week straight was just about that.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering from that people are upset, and I hope he doesn't get killed by the Muslim Brotherhood in jail, and that's all I can say because I don't know much else.
Fair enough. Yeah, obviously, I totally agree with that. I hope he doesn't get killed in jail. I don't think he will. From the prison that he's in, I don't believe he's in any real danger. And to be honest with you, it would be really, really stupid of the government to not provide adequate security for a prisoner of his caliber because he is a celebrity now. It's not like,
so what is that?
Sort of like 6 years ago when he was just some sort of street lad doing the EDL thing. No one really knew who he was, so the government could kind of like get away with like sort of taking the piss.
What does that mean? Do they put him in solitary for a while, or does he actually go out of prison? Hey,
Amy!
Making faces at us. Oh,
I just didn't want to interrupt Peach. She was talking. That was the first time I heard her talking in so long.
That's not true. We watched her video the other day on Reddit.
Well, it's only because I have to like pop in and out of the hangout. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to derail your conversation.
The usual Amy steamrolling.
Steamrolling!
I was just so distracted by her pretty face, I couldn't keep talking.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I got distracted as well, to be honest.
You guys all right? What are you talking about? Talking about
Tommy
activists?
Robinson.
Talking about prison murder.
Yeah,
Tommy
prison
Robinson shit is never gonna go away until these soccer hooligans shut up. I'm bored of them. That's all they are. They're just angry soccer hooligans, man.
I understand.
They're
like,
acting like
I
aggressive
understand he's doing
SJW is getting all offended over nothing.
Yeah, like I was saying before, I understand that he's doing like stuff that's a good cause and stuff, but nobody's above criticism. You know, like if he does something wrong, you got to be able to say that he did something wrong. Everybody just jumps towards you know, because of what he does and they agree with him, everybody just jumps towards, oh, he didn't do anything wrong. But it's like all the evidence kind of shows that he did. Like, you know, we can't just ignore evidence and, you know.
I think one of you guys was saying earlier, like, just because somebody's doing good things doesn't mean they can't, they're like not responsible if they do something they're not supposed to do.
Yeah, it's like because he's going against like Muslim grooming gangs and stuff, we have to all of a sudden he's above the law now. Like, you know, that's gonna end. Like, that's gonna end up backfiring and going the other way, where people are gonna be able to break the law now.
Like maybe on a personal level, if I'm assessing that person and whether I want to associate with them, it's a different story. But when it comes to the law, it's pretty cut and dry, right? So
yeah.
And I mean, if the law sucks, go protest the law. Go get mad at the law.
Yeah. It's funny that they just get mad at it now, but that's been the law for like decades in England. Like, you know, like nobody ever had a problem with it before, but all of a sudden, because it's against.
I just feel like it's really hip to be part of the outrage culture. I don't even think people care about what they're outraged about. I think they just want to be outraged because they have unsettled emotions, and whatever outlet they can find to release that shit, they're just gravitating toward that so they could be like, bleh,
yeah.
Bleh. You know, I don't think there's any real sense.
I think that's very true, actually.
Yeah, true.
Mate.
And it's like that law makes sense in England. Like, you know, it wouldn't make sense here because we run our juries differently. But you know, you can't have the media publishing information about court trials when your jury gets to go home, you know, and watch TV, go on the internet. Like here where there's pros and cons because people will say like we do it better, but I mean, there's pros and cons to both of them. In the end, I think here, because we isolate our juries, I think people tend to try to get out of jury duty more because they don't want to be taken from their family. They don't want to like not be able to watch TV and go on the internet and stuff like that. So I think that can like influence a trial where people are just like, I want to go home already. So they don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
You guys are saying guilty? All right, I'm going guilty because, you know, I want to go home, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas in England, you know, they get to go home. They don't have that. So, I mean, it probably happens less there that people try to get out of jury duty. You know? Here, I don't know, like everybody tries to get out of jury duty.
Yeah,
anytime
I've heard
anybody
that
gets, anytime anybody gets that letter that they got jury duty, everybody's like, oh, fuck. And they instantly start trying to think of ways to get out of it.
Well,
I've only gotten it.
Go ahead. How do they even send that to you? Like, what means do they use to get your address for that? And
I have not. Oh, I think it's
like the DMV or something.
Yeah, probably, or like maybe.
Don't you guys have something like a social security number that has all your information?
Yeah, we have social security numbers from birth. Yeah.
So it'll probably use that.
Like that. They used to send it in the mail, but I don't know if they do that anymore because nobody really checks their mail anymore, right? It's just bills and ads and shit. But
oh my god,
the last time I got jury duty was like 2004 or something, and when I went in, the trial was canceled, so I didn't even have to do it. Like I went in, I signed in, and they were like, "Oh, the trial." No, they dropped the charges, so you can go home. And I was like, "Oh, all right."
Nice.
The end of that.
Yeah, I've never gotten called for it, and I'm like, should I have gotten called by now? Like,
yeah, now it's like I don't really. I just kind of toss my mail in the garbage, so I have no idea if I've ever.
Is it a random? I wonder if it's random or.
Yeah, it's like a lottery kind of system, I think. But I think once you've gotten it once, you get put all the way at the back of the lottery.
That's the worst like lottery ever.
Yeah.
I know. Why can't you just give me money instead?
Congratulations, you've won jury duty. Like, yay.
Fuck.
Step right up.
What a waste of paper it is to print out all those pamphlets that people are just going to throw out anyway.
Yeah.
You
know? Like I said, in America, it's like you get taken away from everything to do jury duty. So that should suck.
You get like this huge fine if you don't give them a reason why you have to get out of it? Or like if you've just chucked out your mail and you didn't know that you had to do it and you don't show up.
Well, I mean, if you didn't know, I'm sure you get some leniency. But if you lie to get out of it and get caught, you could go to jail.
What a weird system.
Yeah, it is a weird system. Jury of your peers is kind of a weird system in general. Like, who are these people? Like, you know, just getting random people to judge over a trial. Like, half the times I'm betting those people just want to go home and don't give a shit about the trial. At least half of them. That's why you get like a lot of like people who like go to jail that didn't commit crimes and find out later on they get DNA evidence and lets them free. jury just like, yeah,
Well-
you want to go home, so whatever, he did it.
Well, I'm somebody who genuinely wonders sometimes if everybody should be allowed to vote. You know, like
Mm.
there's
Oh,
so
I
many
agree
people
with
who fuck up the voting because you just let any old fucking person vote and you don't
Yeah, you gotta think.
screen them for any education and see if like they
Yeah.
know anything about the
There's
parties
some-
they're voting for.
Like every country has their backwards ass people, you know, who are really dumb or you know,
Yeah.
or don't even know
like
shit about politics, don't even know how it goes. They just look at somebody, oh, I like this guy, I'm gonna vote for him.
yeah, or like I recognize that name, or I can pronounce that, or something like that. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
like
His name
was it George Carlin who was like, yeah, like think of the average intelligence. Now half the people on Earth are dumber than that.
Yeah, which is what I was saying before when Jay was saying most people are thick, and I'm like, yeah, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Yeah, Jay was saying most people are thick. Well, he was making a joke saying most people are thick, and I was like, I kind of believe that. I think most people are thick. Like,
well, yeah, at least half the people are like below average intelligence. So, I mean, that's 50% of people
Guys,
who can.
stop
vote
talking
towards
about me,
shit
okay?
government.
This is very
Oh,
Amy,
I'm
you're
still here. Oh my god.
awkward.
Awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like the zombie apocalypse scenario. Everybody thinks they're not in that 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an apocalypse, people all think they're gonna survive, right? Like everybody can't survive an apocalypse, or it wouldn't be.
Hey
an
man, you
apocalypse.
gotta be optimistic, man.
Yeah.
Out of us,
Stupidity
realistically, Amy's the only one who's going to survive out of us because she does cardio.
Yeah, it's true. She
Oh my
works
God,
out.
please.
Amy will outrun all of us for sure, even with her
Yeah,
little tiny
like-
legs.
Any guy with legs, anybody with legs taller than mine will outrun me.
No,
That's
well,
just how
not
it
if they
goes.
don't run normally, because yeah, like Peach said, cardio. You'll beat them on the stamina.
Not very
Brian
fast,
said it's
though.
on the electoral roll. Like we're registering to vote, then you get the jury duty.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Oh no.
I turned 18. Well, here, even though we don't have a draft, you still have to, if you're male and when you turn 18, you're supposed to sign up for selective service, even though we don't have a draft. So it's kind of weird, but I'm sure that registered me off the bat too. So I think you registered to vote from that too, and then they probably throw you in jury duty list on that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of strange.
well,
We
good
haven't
luck.
had a draft since the 70s, but we still have to sign up. You know, we still have to register for it when we turn 18. Weird.
I move house like every 6 months, so I mean, it's very likely that they've probably tried to get me for stuff before and like can never catch up.
They sent it like 3 addresses ago.
Yeah, exactly. No, like seriously, I've gotten some mail that is from like what was it? I think I was like calling Medicare for something, and Medicare was like, "Oh, do you still live at blah 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 address?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that was literally 7 houses ago." Whoa. Like every time you move, like to update every single thing that has your address is just such a pain in the ass. So
yeah, moving sucks. I try not to do it very often. But
I do it way too often.
Yeah, I've done some long distance moving. That's rough. Like I rented a truck and drove all the way down to Miami and then moved back here. That's a very far drive.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Sorry about that. I got muted.
You're audible.com, yo.
Stupid comments from people who are like, I don't want to listen to any more of your fucking assessment on Sam Harris. And I just responded, bye. Why are you coming here to complain, you cunt?
We were talking about that at the beginning of the stream, how like people don't understand the concept of like not everybody's doing YouTube for the same reasons. And like when
Excuse me,
yeah, and then
providing an objective review on the Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson event from people who were not even there.
Yeah, they weren't even there. And the video's not out, so they didn't even see it at all.
Amy, you're never going to be as big as Sargon. Get over it.
Yeah. You're nowhere near 800,000.
Stop trying.
Well, hang on. Who would want to be bigger than Sargon? Have you ever seen him? He's a fat fucker.
Jay's just talking shit because he hung out with him last week. And Paul.
So is it true what they say? Does TV add 10 pounds or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Him,
like, is he actually suave in person or is he actually fatter?
He's a little bit leaner in person.
Oh, okay.
I just picture Sargon as fat, so I think because I have that thought in my head, I can't until I see him. I can't think of him as any other way but fat.
I'll give him one thing. He doesn't seem to get fatter. He seems to stay the same. Like he's pretty consistent on his weight.
Oh, he's leaned out since the beginning. He used to be way rounder, way more rotund. Oh yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It's funny because Sargon is fat.
How short is he, Jay? You think he's like my height? Or taller than me?
Yeah, he's shorter than me.
Yeah, but sure, I'm shorter than you by like half a foot. Like, is he that short? Jay's a terrible judge of height, I guess. He's
shorter than me.
Yeah, I would have guessed he was about my height or an inch or two taller. I don't think he's much taller than me. That's cool.
I just imagine everybody is taller than me by default, which is usually a safe assumption.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Except for me.
I'm really short.
I'm not taller than you.
Well, I'm 5'6".
Are you sure? Are you sure, Amy?
I'm 5 feet, Peachy.
Amy's 5 feet.
I'm not sure if I'm 5 foot or 5'1", but we'll have to measure.
I can rest my arms on both of your shoulders at the same time.
Oh my god.
My younger. No, mostly you. No, my younger brother is 10 years younger than me, and he uses my actual head as an elbow rest. Little shit.
That's not my family. I'm each one of my brothers in age is like 6 inches taller. So like my next older brother is 6 inches taller than me, and then the next one after that is 6 inches taller than him. I ended up with the bad genes, I guess, for height.
Oh no!
I
heard that with the more boys in the family, the less testosterone is like left in the womb, and so the boys get girlier and girlier as.
I'm the effeminate one.
Well, you do have a fine boy pussy.
Oh, Jay's after my boy pussy. I'm staying. I'm not going to England anymore to visit you, dude. I have to protect the sanctity of my boy pussy.
It's either me that's going to get you or Dan's going to get you.
Yeah.
At least with me, you know you're going to get offered some cocaine.
That's been our current humorous phrase that we've been using for the last 2 weeks.
The
degenerate. That's the word I was looking for before.
For boy pussy, it's pretty degenerate. It is. I mean when I forgot what words were when I was trying to say that like schools are brainwashing kindergartners to be degenerate, geriatric or something. I don't know, whatever that word is. Geriatric and degenerate are not the same at all.
Oh my lord, maybe I do need more coffee.
Yeah, coffee's good. I'm a big coffee person.
Isn't it super late where you are?
No, it's super early. You got it backwards.
It's early.
She's in the future. She's on Friday. She's in Friday.
I'm in Friday.
Whoa.
Friday is cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's almost.
Has
like
Donald Trump destroyed the world over in the future? Will we make it till tomorrow?
Yeah. She can warn us about the zombie invasion.
I don't know. See, look, if the world ends somewhere else, I won't know because I'm in Australia. We're so isolated. Like the world doesn't end here until 6 months later.
Yeah. She's been isolated on a prison island with the savages.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know. Even though I'm in the future, I have no real foresight.
Yeah. By the time you tell us, it'll be too late.
But again, what are you going to do if I told you, if I looked at the news during this stream and was like, North Korea just launched a nuke, would any of us hang up? We'd just be like, oh, well.
No, I want to go out with you.
Start talking.
I'd be like, fuck it, let's get our dicks out and start masturbating.
Oh, Korea launched the nuke? Oh, that's interesting. What Korean music do you like?
Yeah, man.
Speaking of Korea, how about those?
Speaking of Korea, what's your favorite Korean food? I do like Korean food.
It is good.
Asians in general are good with food.
Oh, sometimes Devin uses that dance troupe. Like, there's a Korean dance troupe on YouTube that, like, holy fuck, like
The K-pop
it's proof that like you can't actually turn lesbian, because that is the closest I would ever come to actually being into women. But it just still not quite there.
You're slowly converting because of Korean women.
Yeah, what are they called? Fuck.
Aren't they just the
there's
the
a bunch
K-pop girls, right?
No. There's a bunch of different dance troupes, but there's one that I like in particular, and I've seen them like once or twice on Devin's channel.
Yeah, Devin likes dancing. A lot of LA studio stuff, but yeah, I've seen a couple of Asian ones too.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I'll find the channel. They're fucking good.
I like when he puts that really little Korean lady that eats all the food and shit. Like, that's always easy.
The one that does mukbang.
Yeah. Well, the one that he likes. I guess he always uses the same girl. You're just eating large amounts of food. I'm like, holy shit! How does this little girl fit all that in?
Yeah, I don't know. Did they puke afterwards or what? Oh, Wavia. What's the name of it?
But it's like that's popular in South Korea because they have like a culture where they're very low. Like the people who are like lonely or live by themselves, they don't have anybody to eat with, so they watch other people on streams eating while they're eating. So it's like having somebody over for dinner.
I just thought it was like I don't know, some kind of weird cultural, like I want to say fetish, but it's not a sexual fetish. It's like a cultural fetish.
Sorry,
I've heard it explained that people like in Korea like to eat dinner with other people, and there's a lot of like business, like people working who are single and they don't have anybody to eat with, so they watch those streams while
that makes sense.
So it's like it's like you're eating across the table from someone, like a virtual dinner partner.
But why do they need to eat like an entire table of food though? Like
I don't know.
Like, can't they just eat like a plate and that's a normal dinner? Yeah. Why are you sitting here with your fucking cup of ramen while you're on your break at work, and then the chick on the stream is eating like 17 buckets of fried chicken?
The only thing I could think of is that people don't eat at the same time, so they eat a bunch to make it last longer, I guess, for people to come in later or earlier, That's the only way I could see it.
That's such a burden to carry, those poor girls.
Yeah. Yeah, they eat a lot too. Like, how do they eat that much and keep their weight down? Yeah. Especially, I don't know how often they do it. If they do it every day, it's like, oh, that can't be good for you. Like,
my ex-best friend did that, but her metabolism was super high, and she would just shit like a dump truck. It was ridiculous.
Like 5 times a day.
She'd spend like 3 hours a day in the toilet, but she could eat whatever she wanted and never put it down.
She should just set up her camera on the toilet and a little table, a little fold-out table.
Yeah, there was a cracked article like years and years ago, like back when they were funny, of the Sims 3 simulator, and I think I forget who wrote it, but he was talking about how like he built the sim so the only seat in the house was the toilet. So when he gets dinner, he has to go and eat it on the toilet, and he's like a funnel of sadness.
Yeah, it just flows right through, right? Going in, comes right out. Constant flow. Oh man!
I put that link in the chat, by the way, if anybody's interested in those.
I subbed to it so I can look at Korean girls dancing.
Yeah, they did. They dance in like fucking 14-inch heels and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Crazy. I can only dance in 12-inch heels. 14 is too much for me.
Yeah, 14 is too much. 14 is over the top.
14-inch heels? That can't be right. That's over a foot.
Watch them dance. Watch them dance to Gangnam Style and tell me like how high those heels are.
In those heels in that song? Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Their feet.
Oh yeah. They're stilettos too. They're stilettos. It's like I can't even walk like 3 steps in stilettos, but somehow they're doing that fucking horse dance in stilettos. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, there's Lance. I guess he woke up now. Our Australian friend. Yeah, cunt.
Nancy.
Hello,
Yeah, he sent me
Australian
some
person.
Vegemite.
I forgot what I called him. I called him a wallaby or something like that. He's like, "Oh, that's racist, man." He's like,
That's
"You
racist.
call me a cunt like everybody else." Lance is funny, man. He cracks me up.
As long as you don't say,
oh, God.
as long as you don't say koala bear, we're fine.
Koala
if you say
bear.
koala bear, that's like the fastest way to trigger an Australian.
Yeah. Oh,
Why is that?
Because they're called fucking koalas, not koala bears. Stop calling them bears. They're not bears.
Bears. Call them koala.
It's koala. Why do you add a whole other word? It's easier. Just say koala, okay?
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. We always call them koala bears. But I do
Don't.
call them koalas.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. We were arguing under Sugar Tits' tweet of that she was posting out of Australians being racist towards Peruvians. And what I mentioned, I said something about dingoes or something, and he was like, "Oh, the joke's on you. We're all Australians are raised by dingoes." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Well, we're raised by llamas, so I guess it evens out." Better warn them about drop bears. What are drop bears?
Can you guys see my message in the chat?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, I don't see no message. Where?
Fuck, that
I don't see a
sucks.
message.
No, it's in the Hangout chat. You have to go onto Hangout because when we're on our phone, we have
Oh, that's so
the only
stupid.
way we can chat is on the actual Hangout chat window. Chat.
Really? That's really dumb. So if we're a part of the call and we're in the live stream, the Hangout chat should just connect to that chat so we can all use it.
No, that's a different chat. That's like a window chat
for
PC. And then
but it still uses my account. You see what I'm saying? Like it'll still post from Amy. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like
stupid.
They're like two separate chat programs.
Let me turn on my camera for a second because I want to show Peach the ridiculousness that is Lance.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, he sent me Vegemite because I never had it before. It gave me diarrhea.
Oh god.
Days. It was hard.
Tell me he didn't send you fucking tube Vegemite.
Oh yeah, it's in the tube.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
No. Why do people do that? Stop.
Yeah, Lance.
Send him a little
sabotaged me.
Send him a little jar.
But yeah, see, there's the Vegemite he sent me. It gave me horrible toilet trips for like 2 days, like 5 times.
I don't think
I was like,
I don't think it was the Vegemite.
No.
I don't think it was the Vegemite. I don't think Vegemite can give you diarrhea, dude.
Well, we're not used to it over here, I guess. We don't eat yeast.
So much yeast.
So, yeah, we don't eat yeast extract. So I was like, well, it tasted funny, but it wasn't bad. I don't think it tastes bad. But
I loved it because I've had Marmite all my life, and actually, I think Vegemite is better than Marmite.
And then he
yes, thank you. Finally, someone says the truth.
But I'm going to be honest with you, Peach.
How funny!
I need another tube of Vegemite so I can sit and eat it with my Marmite at the same time. You know, have like one bit of toast for each.
Vegemite.
I feel like Vegemite is better.
Yeah, I definitely think Vegemite is better. I still like have this vague sensation of like, I think I tried Marmite once when I was 8 years old, and I've never forgotten the taste. And people think they taste exactly the same. I'm like, no, dude, it is different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna send Vegemite overseas, like the tube is technically like smaller, from like a postage perspective, I guess. Like it might be easier to post because of the thickness is less or something. But yeah, it tastes different because it's like, you know, harbored in plastic, so it tastes a little bit different still. You got to send him the little glass jars, man.
Yeah, he said it's too risky. I guess he thought it probably would.
Why is it risky?
He probably thought maybe it'll break on the way.
You can't break a Vegemite jar if you try, mate. They could throw that shit off a plane onto land and it would not break.
Yeah, it's super thick.
The Vegemite, yeah, it's thick glass, and the Vegemite is thick too. Like you're not gonna smash it.
I've seen the Marmite jars here, and they're real thick. I don't think you can break those either. So if they use the same kind of jars, yeah, I don't think they'll break.
I feel pretty confident that I could throw my jar of Vegemite outside onto the concrete and it would not break.
Oh, now you got to film this. We got to see if it's true.
Somebody comes out there like, thanks for breaking glass where my kids play.
Yeah, right. My kid slipped on some Vegemite, so we're gonna see.
Oh my god, my friend, when I was moving house, she was like helping me move, and she dropped my jar of black bean paste, and it was a gigantic jar of black bean paste that I just bought, and it's so expensive, and it just smashed all over the road. It just looked like clumpy Vegemite. I was so sad.
Did it happen in slow motion?
It did.
Yeah, I
and
love when that happens. Oh, I love it when that happens because I had a Super Mario mug that somebody gave me for my birthday, and it was like a heat change mug. Like when you put hot stuff, it turns from night to day. So I loved that mug. I had it for like a year, and then one day I took it to like the coffee pot to pour it, and it slipped out of my hands, and I just watched it fall in slow motion. I was like, no! It just hit the ground and split in half. I was like, no!
Oh.
Now I need to buy myself.
It's so sad when stuff breaks.
Yeah, especially cool stuff like that.
Especially food. You don't break.
You don't break food.
You don't break food. What are you gonna do? Like bread. Drop a baguette?
Yeah, and it smashes. Yeah, I think it's okay to drop food sometimes, as long as the floor is
never okay to drop food.
It's never okay.
If it's dry, like wet stuff sucks.
Dropping a plant of baked beans is like the biggest tragedy.
Yeah, you don't want to drop beans.
Oh my god, you guys are talking about food, and there's A&W right in front of me with like onion rings, and it's all I can smell right now.
Ooh, onion rings.
Go get some.
Onion rings.
Get them.
Peach, do you have those blooming onion things? You know what those are?
I'm sure we have them somewhere, but
it's supposed to be Australian. We have an Australian franchise like restaurant chain here called Outback. I'm not sure
Just
how.
Outback.
Yeah, that's the name of Outback Steakhouse. But I'm not sure how honestly Australian it is. You know, it's supposed to be Australian.
Well, we've got one called Outback Jacks, and I'm not sure if it's the same company that just has two different names.
Yeah,
or if it's two
for the in the US.
Oh my god, this is amazing. There's a hashtag about me called hashtag soy kettle.
Soy kettle.
Soy kettle. I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, we gotta tweet.
Do you know something? Yeah. For every vegan video from now on I'm using that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm about to do right now?
Kettle.
I'm about to put
get some onion rings.
Tommy's gonna die in jail.
Do it. I'll retweet it.
You guys are such shit posters. Oh god.
Like, I'm gonna be real. When you guys were first talking about Tommy for like a solid 5 minutes, I thought you were talking about Tommy Lauren.
No, Tommy Robinson.
Tommy.
Yeah. So I was like all on the Tommy hate train because I hate Tommy Lauren too.
Yeah, she's
soy kettle. Wow, what bad.
Devin got a flag one time because he made a video on her, and you know how he has that avatar with the gun with the silencer on it?
Yeah.
Oh well, he had that avatar when talking about her, and the gun was kind of pointing at her. You know, not that he did that purposely, but some weird, like crazy Christian guy flagged his video and was like bragging about it on Twitter, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And he was like saying that he's promoting like people going to murder her and stuff, and he was like, "We were like, what?" We're like, "No, dude, that's his avatar. Like, he uses that in multiple."
Fucking hell, she tags me in it. And then she puts Tommy's gonna die in jail. Smiley face at the war kettle. Hashtag soy kettle.
Oh, this is just for you. It's gonna get so bad,
mate. I've just retweeted it. It's too late.
Another one.
I've just retweeted it.
It is in the.
If
she fucks him first at the war kettle. Hashtag soy kettle.
Oh god, Jay, I've been defending you all day, and it's just getting worse. I'm getting tired of this. I'm not gonna defend you anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I will. Yeah, these people are human. It's kind of like when we were with the vegans were fucking with us, and we were making jokes, and they weren't getting it, and we're like, wow, these people are so humorless. Like, we're just joking.
Oh my god, Jamie, just you wait.
Amy's gonna get you killed, Jay. I hope you. You're gonna go to a protest to film it, and someone's gonna stab you, and it's gonna be all Amy's fault.
Oh, it's
Oh,
amazing.
no.
I need to show Lucy this tweet. It's too amazing.
Oh no.
I started typing in the Twitter search bar soy, and it came up straight away with soy kettle. So.
Oh, it's trendy.
Shut up.
I'm gonna try that. Hold on. Hashtag.
I don't know if it's just because I'm following Amy and she just tweeted it out or something.
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
it comes up on the top for me too. I'm gonna check it and see how many tweets come out with soy kettle. Not many.
It's only
four.
three. It's only 3 tweets, but like it auto completed for me.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, Amy! Oh my God! It isn't the friend zoned if she fucked him first. Smiley face at the war kettle. Hashtag soy kettle. Oh my God!
Amy's gonna start wars for you. You see this? You're gonna get so much hate now.
What is with these very demonic smileys that you're putting in all of these?
They're the passive-aggressive emojis, okay? You have to learn the ways of the passive-aggressive emojis.
I thought the most passive-aggressive of emojis was the one with the tears coming out.
I think you can use any emoji in a passive-aggressive way, especially when people are trying to be snotty towards you. It's
oh my God, that one and
trigger them more. They love it.
The lipstick and the nails one, when girls are like sassing each other and do the nails.
I never use those, but I should. I should definitely start.
It's just so basic, but fuck, it's funny.
Well, I just retweeted this at Lance, but I'm gonna share it anyway. He's gonna see it now. There you go, Lance. This is the face he made.
Did you love that?
Oh, where is it? Oh, there you go. Alf Benny's face a few hours after the Vegemite taste test. That did not settle well with me. Yeah, that dog is adorable. Yeah, we treat each other like puppies and kittens all day. We're like the gayest people on Twitter.
Tommy Robertson broke the law. He is in jail for it. Have a problem? Question mark. Protest the law. You fucking football hooligans. Hashtag soy kettle. Hashtag not the walkout. Fucking love it. I really want this. I'm using this. This is now my fucking hashtag. Yeah.
You should change the name of your channel to the soy kettle.
But law is law.
What?
Someone replied, but law is law.
Yeah, law is law. It's true. Look at this.
Oh,
this guy said he's just craving attention. Hashtag soy kettle. So I put the hashtag shut up, grow up, and then he put hashtag sock account. Hashtag LARPing. I don't even get it. Like I'm like I don't know.
You're Jay's sock account. That's hilarious.
Oh, he thinks I'm a sock account for Jay or something. It's Jay's sock account.
Oh, that's beautiful.
LARPing. What?
Hashtag LARPing. That's some basic shit.
Yeah, some basic shit. Yeah, you're LARPing, bro. Thunderbolt.
Everyone watching, I want you to all go on Twitter and just be like hashtag soy kettle. Just tweet anything out, but just use the hashtag soy kettle.
I'm gonna do it on tweet out like super irrelevant stuff to the fucking hashtag.
Yeah.
Based. Anybody who puts based English before, come on.
Yeah, as their name. Based. Yeah.
Fuck
That's
off.
cringy. Yeah, that is so cringy. Or based man and based mama. And
Amy's dropping savage. She's like, the war kettle is fucking better than you, moron. Tommy Robinson, ball lickers, fight me IRL. Hashtag soy kettle.
Amy's gonna get you killed, man. I swear to God.
Amy's just another sock account LARPing.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh dear, this is really degeneratism.
Based soy
Oh,
kettle.
Billy's in on it. Billy, you should.
Yeah, like
tweet
soy
out
kettle
soy
is
kettle.
amazing.
Say again, Alf.
Based Billy Bong. You should change your name to Based Soy Kettle.
Based.
We should all change our name to Based something.
Janae's losing her mind. She's in the chat, right? Janae's like, "Oh my god, they're literally on their way to your house to kill you." Then I put the new one in where Amy's like, "Fight me IRL," and then she's put, "You retweeted it. I'm dead." And then she's like, "I think it's safe to say none of us can safely go to demos anymore."
Don't forget to visit the STD clinic.
Yeah, I was just about to screenshot it. I was like, this is the best one. Don't forget to visit the STD clinic. # soy cattle.
Oh my lord.
Oh god. Amy, stop it.
No,
I'm
don't.
not done yet.
I'm not done yet. Oh god, I'm
I
scared.
just keep refreshing this hashtag now because it's good value.
It's a good idea. I never follow hashtags. I never even thought of that. Soy cattle.
Oh, I'm gonna reply to that one.
The soy cattle, mate. Oh wow, this hashtag is growing. He broke the law, dummy. Yeah, good job, Brian. Hashtag soy kettle. That's too much.
Oh,
Dude,
it's
if we
fucking
can actually
brilliant.
get that trending, that would be so funny.
Oh my god.
I wonder how long this is gonna go for.
Oh. All right. Well, I gotta bounce out because I got stuff to do today for my.
All right, no
All right,
problem.
Peachy.
Thanks.
It was nice
Thank you.
talking to you.
Thank you for coming
Yeah,
on.
it was so funny.
It's a lot of
I
fun.
gotta jump back on Discord soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hang
love
out with
that.
us, and we'll watch Neil Breen soon on Rabbit for sure.
Yes, we need to. We keep saying that, and we never do
Yeah,
it. We
it
need
gets
to.
tough because of the time zone difference, and we're all kind of busy, so it gets tough. But we'll figure it out. We'll get a weekend going, probably like a Saturday or Sunday.
I love your faces. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Peach is such a sweetheart.
I love her, man. She's
Yeah,
fucking
she's
cool
great.
as shit.
She's a cool person. I like talking to her.
If you don't know her channel, go check her out.
Yeah, guys. She doesn't post very often, but it's worth it to sub for when she does. Hit the little bell thing so it'll notify you when she does. Her videos are good. I've been watching her for a long time.
I remember her like years ago when I was like into that, when I was like deep in like watching YouTube, and then like before I found Devon, I kind of dropped watching YouTube for quite a long time because it's like, no offense to any of the YouTube, it was just a lot of it I'd heard before, and I was kind of a bit bored. And to be honest with you, the main thing that attracted me to Devon and sort of brought me back to YouTube was the fact that he was pro-Israel, because he was one of the first YouTubers I found that was, you know, pro-Israel, mate.
For this one tweet, this guy said, "Not just Muslim rape gangs. There is a concerted effort to silence anyone tackling rape gangs, not because of ethnicity alone, but because the trail is leading to people in power." Ex-Met policeman John Wedger tells how he was treated for tackling rape gangs, and he sent a video.
I don't dispute that the state has done things, but that's, you know, we have to hold them accountable for it as well, just like holding anyone who breaks the law accountable. And yeah, that goes for me as well when I break the law. And the other thing is, right, I suppose what really pisses me off is if I was to go to court and I got found guilty of a crime. Well, hang on. No, there's a big difference, actually, because being found guilty is one thing, but pleading fucking guilty is another thing. And that's one thing that really pisses me off about this whole Free Tommy movement, is the fact he pled guilty. So as someone who would plead guilty for a crime, why would you want people out on the streets going, "We want you out"? It'd be a bit different if he was found guilty for something he didn't do. But Tommy admitted himself that he fucked up, and
yeah, basically, these guys just want to. Obviously, if they protest and get him freed, they're gonna be like, "See, he didn't do nothing wrong." But you know, and he'll play with that, and he'll play along with that. But you know, in his mind, he knew he did something wrong. You know, like
yeah.
Okay, I'll stop with the Twitter for a bit.
So I said, yeah, you're gonna get him killed, man. Here, we already got into beef earlier with somebody who said he was gonna confront them in person the next time he sees him.
Oh, did he? I missed that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I forget. People take Twitter shit real serious.
Oh,
and Jay's
yeah,
actually doing shit.
Some MMA guy, he said, I'm gonna confront you and hold you accountable for the things you said, and Jay tweeted him.
I'm gonna go and be like, if you have a problem with me, come to me. Leave the fucking war kettle alone.
Yeah. But yeah, Jay said, you know, like, yeah, I'll be glad to have you confront me or something like that. Yeah, I can't wait for that. And then he started challenging Jay to an MMA fight. Like, what?
Oh my god.
He was like, pick the gym. I'll meet you there and have an organized MMA fight. And what? Like, come on, dude. Grow up.
Can I send a representative on my behalf?
Oh, you didn't hear the funniest part. I was talking about it earlier, but the funniest part was he kept saying that Jay was abusing a woman.
What?
We're like, yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've known Jay a long time. That's not his character. He doesn't abuse women. And me and Grant kept badgering him to tell us what he did. You know, what are you talking about? Who did he abuse? And then eventually, we didn't read the beginning of the thread. We were just following where he responded. So eventually, he was like, scroll up and see the beginning where this thread started. So we scroll up, and basically the whole thing is that Jay told the girl to shut up and grow up because she was throwing a tantrum over his meme that he posted about Tommy Robinson.
I think I might have told her to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're like, shut the fuck up and grow up. And that was the abuse, basically, that he was talking about, that he abuses women.
And then she was like, oh, you did this because I'm a woman. It's an easy target. And I was like, what?
Yeah, what? Yeah, she said you weren't, how come you're not responding to any of the men on here? And then I looked and responded to the men on there. Like, what? What are you talking about? A chick is retarded. So I retweeted her tweet and said, yeah, I agree with Jay. Grow up and shut up. Shut up and grow up. But I never got a response from him. So I told this guy, I'm sure it happens. UK can get a bit regressive, and like any government have their corruption. But the way people treat Tommy and hold him above criticism is ridiculous. I support Tommy on his activism, but all evidence leads to him breaking the law and feeling guilty. I let him know.
Hey, Dan should tweet that out. Leave this hashtag soy kettle alone.
I just sent a tweet.
Love it. I need to check her tweets. Not as bad as that guy who sent the picture of Rosa Parks and then said, sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
I saw that. Hella gay. Really? You think that Tommy Robinson is akin to that? No, I don't think so. Hey man, good on him for bringing attention to Muslim rape gangs, but how about not at the risk of throwing the case that is currently in the courtroom?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just some food for thought. I don't know.
Gosh. This guy keeps with the weird hashtags. Now I put what? Because he said hashtag sock account, hashtag LARPing. And now he put hashtag fan. I'm like, I'm like, none of your hashtags are relevant here, but I guess it's expected from somebody who has based in their Twitter name. We should all change our name to based something. Based soy kettle.
Steamroller.
Based steamroller. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
He said true, so I liked his tweet. I guess he does realize that his name is based something. Oh, maybe he's talking about himself by saying hashtag sock account. You know what I'm saying? Like he's making a joke. Oh, it is hashtag I am Gammon. I know who that is.
Oh, Amy, you know that one you just sent me? So Amy's starting another flame war here. If you're one of the losers who sent Jay a complaint via DM regarding his mods, understand this. This is war. Also, you need friends. Tommy Robinson doesn't know who you are, you dipshit. Suck on that at the war kettle, hashtag soy kettle. Right, now I'm going to stir the pot myself here because I had a message on Twitter from an individual, so I'm just going to accept their message and reply with link to tweet and send.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that, and I wanted to ask you, Billy, about that. I guess you just responded in the chat. There was that guy who said he was gonna stab Billy on Saturday. He said the guy.
What?
Oh
Never,
yeah.
yeah, he said the guy never showed up. Maybe next week.
Of course he didn't.
Yeah, of course. He's just somebody talking shit. But yeah,
These internet guys talk a lot of shit.
he like said
Anyways,
Oh,
something
yeah, of
funny
course they do.
because of a video he made. That same thing. Another Tommy Robinson retard told him, but the dude was American. I guess he had to have lived near his area, if anything. But he said, "I hope you get stabbed" or something like that. And then Billy responded
Wow.
like, I live here, and he gave him like where he lives, and he said, "Meet me there, and I'll give you the knife to stab me with." And the guy was said, "Yeah, I'll be there Saturday at 1 p.m. or something." He said. I guess he never should have. Jay walks into a convo between a guy in Jersey and a girl in Australia, and the convo goes to Tommy Robinson within 30 seconds and never leaves. Yeah, that's true. Accurate assessment. Well, it all turned into Jay's little tweet wars. You
Who was that?
chased Peach away. Devin was saying that.
Oh. Okay, I have to hop off now, guys. So I will
Yeah,
talk to you
I'm
later.
gonna end it now, anyways. But bye, Amy.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you everybody for showing up. A big thank you to Peach for coming on and talking to me. That with the time zone difference, it could be rough, but it worked out. Hopefully I'll have her on again sometime. She's really fun to talk to. Check out her channel, and thanks Jay for hopping on, having fun with us.
Mate.
And I hope you don't get killed.
Sorry for like derailing your conversation.
Nah, it's all good. We were kind of winding down at that point anyway. But yeah, I hope you don't get killed, Soy Kettle.
Soy Kettle out.
Yeah, see you guys. Peace.
Peace.